We are set to bring you baseball from one of the crown jewels of the sport, venerable Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. Major League Baseball on the show starts now. Mike Montgomery, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. What do we need to know here, HR?
Well, his last outing was not one he wants to look back with great pride. He only threw 4 innings, and he got the loss. This is a turnaround game for him. He has to get back on the mound and be able to give his team a chance to win.
Standing in, Hernan Perez. He will lead this one off today.
Second baseman, Hernan Perez.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box. HR, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, this is the last game before a 9-game road trip, and it's important to win that last game before you go off on a long trip like that. 9 games is a long time.
Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Caesar ranging back. Gone to lead off the inning. So it's a solo home run here leading off the ball game. Home run number 3 here in the early going. As the Brewers get on the board first, it's 1-0.
First batter of the game, and he hits a home run. Now, this is not what those home fans were expecting. They're not even in the seats yet, and you find yourself down 1-0.
Striding forward, Keon Broxton. And we'll see if he's able to stay locked in. Without a doubt, one of the hotter hitters on this ball club right now. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Carl Dixon.
Well, Matt, the interesting thing about Carl, look, pitchers struggle with balls in the corner. They don't like that he makes them throw the ball in the middle of the plate sometimes. But he will call that high pitch. So watch him attack the high pitch and try to get that strike.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Looking at a tough pitch called a strike.
Frozen with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
Ready on 1-2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Hey, that's a good pitch right there. But, you know, as a base stealer, when you're in the box like that, you want to protect your moneymakers, right? You don't want anything around your knees or your feet, so he was fortunate to get out of the way of that one.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Bryant is there for it. 1 away. With that, here's a look at the Brewers starting lineup. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, Matt, you have to keep an eye on the Hebrew Hammer, Ryan Braun. He had over 90 RBIs last year. What a great season, but I think he could do even better. His goal this year, I think it's got to be 100 runs batted in. He's that kind of a hitter.
Here's Ryan Braun now. Comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a cut fastball to start things out as it's chopped foul at the plate. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
Matt, this could be a real special inning. They've already hit a home run here, and now the real power is starting to come to the plate. We might be in for a light show.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Another 0-2 home. And a curveball that started low and broke lower, ball one.
Wow, that was a decent breaking ball right there, but that's just a pitch that's a little easier to lay off of when you're opposite-handed, opposite bat. You could see the sweep of the ball coming right into you. That was a great take.
Lined hard toward right center, and he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
Now at the plate, Jonathan Villar. He drove in the other of their 2 runs last night. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Jumped ahead with strike 1 there, and that's something he's going to do a lot of in this start. He doesn't have lights out stuff, so it's important for him to be pitching ahead and have the hitters on their heels.
Matt, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
Hot shot on the ground is short. Backhanded. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. But another look here at the solo shot leading off the ball game. Bottom of the first coming up, and Milwaukee's off to an early 1-0 lead. Junior Guerra will be the man on the mound for the Brewers. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, Matt, he pitched into the 5th inning last outing. I think we've got to get more. I want to see more of this game. If he's able to go deeper, keep his team in it, and maybe walk away with a win. That's what I'm looking for in this game.
In now is John Jay. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Cubs, center fielder, John Jay.
And this is taken outside for Brewers as they begin play here this afternoon. They've been fairly punchless of late, losing last time out and, in fact, dropping 6.
Number of losing teams, and this is the game you look for. We got the ace going. Finally, it's a day we're going to win a game. And when he threw, you got to win that game for him.
The throw into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
That's the perfect answer after you've given up the lead in the previous inning. Put the tying run on second and get the momentum going back in your favor. Now we'll see if they can cash in.
Into the box now, Jason Hayward. And he comes into this one really slumping. The numbers there over the past several games, not very pretty. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch to right field and way out of here. Look at this thing go, and it's gone into the bleachers. A 2-run home run that time for Jason Hayward. Second home run early in the year, and the Cubs move out ahead 2-1.
Well, that's why you hear people say work down in the zone. That's such a difficult pitch to hit. But if the ball's up a little bit, these great hitters, they touch it, it's going out of the ballpark. Right there is a prime example.
At the plate, Chris Bryant. And he's hoping to get things turned around here in April, entering play with an average down in the 220s. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball one. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. No outs, nobody on. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
And the pitch on 2-1. To 2-2 now.
Well, that changeup right there sets up a lot of things. Now the count's 2-2. He can come back in with a fastball, and it's going to look like it's moving a little bit better. Or he can go back to that changeup.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Now a ball hit high in the air and deep down the line in left. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Now this one is blasted to left field, and there's no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks. A solo shot here to left. Home run number 3 here in the early going. And with it, the Cubs have taken a 3-1 lead.
Boy, not the way you'd like to start a game, right? First inning, you come in, you give up 2 home runs. We'll see if he can regroup right here. It's not easy to sometimes come back from that.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He went deep in the contest last night.
Anthony Rizzo.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. And he lays off for ball 1.
Man, he wanted that pitch, and I can't blame him. When you're facing a good hitter like this, you want that strike. You need that strike. It's 0-2 instead of 1-1.
3 runs already home here. There's a swing and a ball lifted to left, but back in the seats, out of play. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Again, a 1-2. Back up the middle. VR ranging up the middle. Throw, got him, and that's a gorgeous play. And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, Matty, the guy I'm here to see is Big Chris Bryant. He had over 100 RBIs last year. That's the goal of every big hitter. If I can drive in 100, that means I had a good year, and I would say he had a pretty good year.
Here's Javier Baez, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well at all in the month of April. And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a check swing here, but he pretty clearly broke the plane, and it's 0-2 now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
What I like about that strikeout, guys, is that he came back with a fastball on 2-2. He was heading to count 0-2 earlier, but instead of continuing to nibble a little bit, he decided to get aggressive again and to challenge with his hard stuff.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. As he'll take a look at ball 1. Looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself in counts where he's likely to be successful.
Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Oh, not cheated on that one. It's 2-2. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2. Matt Caesar would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. That's lifted the other way out to left. Braun has a read on it, and that retires the side. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. We'll go on to the top of inning number 2. It's the Cubs 3 and the Brewers 1. Now at the plate, Kirk Neuenhuis. His head-to-head history with Montgomery. He's 1 for 2. He also has 1 home run. Into the windup and the pitch. You'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. 1-0 count. Here it is. High in the air out to center field. There to take it is Jay, and he's got it for the first out.
Let's take a look at the Cubbies defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And at first base, Anthony Rizzo. Another one of those guys that can pick the ball out of the dirt for you. But I love the fact he's aggressive, and he'll make that throw to home. He'll throw it to second, and he'll even dive in the stands for you if he needs to.
Striding in, Jesus Aguilar. It's been a really slow start to the season for him, as you can see by the April numbers on your screen. First delivery to him on the way. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0.
Well, he's really struggled. I mean, 0 for the series, but the confidence they have in him, he's still in the lineup. Let's see if he can break out right here.
Now it's 2-0.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty, but hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
The 2-0 on the way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. 1 out, nobody on. Now a ball fouled down the right field line, out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it.
Now a swing, 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
This pitching staff has done a really good job against this guy in this series. This is a really good hitter, and it's not easy to make a guy strike out 5 times in a series up to this point, but that's what they've done to this guy so far.
Into the box now, Andrew Susac. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike 1. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Hayward has a read on it, and the inning is over. Gone in order are the Brewers. They still trail it here 3-1. In now, Matt Caesar. He'll start us out here in the home half of the second.
Matt Caesar.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball one. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball.
I like the pitch. It just missed. That's a sweeping slider. That thing is nasty. Try to get him to chase it. I might even come back with it again.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Brewers.
Batting eighth.
And yes, they are moving all over the field. They love to shift heavily into the analytics, and they really move players around playing the percentages. You'll see that a lot in this game today.
So coming to the plate, Mike Montgomery, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First offering on its way. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
0-1.
Bases are empty, one man out. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are two away.
One of the toughest pitches to hit, the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at bat. And what happens? Gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. As with two away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. And this will be fouled away.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing two fastballs now in a row.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. His head-to-head history with Montgomery, 1 for 4.
Orlando Arcia.
First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
That's
2-1.
That's an interesting pitch right there. Let's see if that throws him off a little bit. He's been on a pretty good roll. He can't let it upset him. Just get back in the groove right here.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. On the ground up the middle. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. Still early in the season, of course, but we'll give you a look nonetheless at our standings to this point in April. Stepping up to the plate, Junior Guerra. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch coming. Here it is. Right over the middle, knee high.
He's looking really great on the bump right now. I mean, it's been a while since he's allowed a base runner, and he just jumped ahead of another hitter right there.
The windup and the 0-1. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Hayward has a long run, but he takes charge for route number 2.
The batter, number 14, second baseman.
Striding in once again, Hernan Perez. And he's off to a hot start in this one. Homered his first time around. Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
Hard liner, but picked up on a hop.
And the off-balance throw gets him as he takes away a hit, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Trying to pick things up where we left off. John Jay. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Pitch on the way. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. In there, and he's in control. 0-2 now. Oh, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air out toward left. Braun has a read on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. And with one away, let's give you a look at the standings in the NL Central entering play as you see where these two teams sit in relation to one another. Ready for another chance? Jason Hayward. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Third inning here. 3-1 our score. Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. High and wide. 2 balls and a strike.
He's pitching him with the respect of the power hitting left-hander that he is. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me the opposite direction. I like the strategy.
And the pitch on 2-1. Hit hard to third. Arcia fields it cleanly. Throw gets him 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He got a hold of one and went yard in his first appearance in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line drive to left. And that's in for a base hit, his second in as many trips to the plate. So Anthony Rizzo will have a chance to bat this inning following the base hit.
Baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Ready now, Anthony Rizzo. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Well, that was a big 2-out single we just saw, and for pretty obvious reasons. The inning went from totally under control to now. He's got to deal with some dangerous hitters here with a runner on base, and this is how 2-out rallies start.
0-1 pitch on its way. Very weakly on the ground. That winds up foul.
Well, Matt, if I use the cliche, it's not how you start, how you finish, it would apply right now. A couple innings ago, he had a rough inning. Didn't look good. But now he's starting to settle in a little bit better. He may be able to get through this thing.
Working for the punch out and the offering. And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Here's the pitch on 2-2. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Well, clearly that changeup the pitch before didn't fool him, because that fastball right there, he's right on it. He just couldn't put it in play.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And another foul ball. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Another one sent foul. Here's another 2-2. Now a swing and a fly ball. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Boy, and he just won't go away as he fights off another pitch and hits it foul right at the plate. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. Swing and a line drive. And he pushed it just a bit too much. It'll wind up a foul ball.
That's the 6th ball he's fouled off in a row. You just keep fighting until he gives you something to hit.
And this one gets away. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
And things have really unraveled on him in a hurry. Wild pitch to put him into scoring position. He basically just threw a double, and he didn't even earn it.
Ready now with the payoff pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Cubs strand 1 as the lead remains 3-1. And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton.
Leading off for the
He'll try to
Brewers,
get it going here to
center
begin the
fielder,
4th.
Keon Broxton.
Into the windup and the pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a flare out toward right center. There to take it is Zobrist, and that's out number 1.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Stepping in now, Braun. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And the pitch. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. 1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. And Braun's able to resist. The count moves in his favor. 2-1 now.
Boy, they've been just getting shut down right here. Been a while since they've even had a runner on. So I think it's time to start looking for ways to make some things happen. Drop a bunt, get up on the plate, something.
Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Now here it comes. Oh my, this ball is crushed. Where will this one end up? This one's into the bleachers and gone. Braun with the solo home run. Home run number 3 here in the early going, and the Brew Crew has cut this to a 3-2 ball game now.
As a fellow once said, the only part that ball wouldn't have made it out of is Yellowstone. Everyone knows he's got plenty of thump in his bat, but come on, I'm not sure that ball's even come down yet.
Now
into the
batting,
box, Jonathan Villar.
Jonathan Villar.
As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the way pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner, but this will land foul just shy of the wall. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
In now, Kirk Neuenhuis. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
There seem to be different philosophies on it. So, Dan, what was your approach in 0-2 counts?
My philosophy is this. I think the last thing you want to do is throw non-competitive pitches, Matt. Throw something down in the zone or just...
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Brewers do pick up a run on the Ryan Braun homer. Bottom of the fourth coming up. It's the Cubs 3 and the Brewers 2. Here's Javier Baez. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
The shortstop, Javier Baez.
First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a knee-high fastball. Here's the pitch. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
That's his second strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch on its way. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
Well, he is working fast, and he wants that quick inning, just throwing a lot of strikes. Right now, 0-1. Again, I think he comes right after him and makes him swing the bat.
The windup and the 0-1. Fouled back.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
And that's in there for a called third strike on the split-fingered fastball. 2 away.
Wow, talk about mowing him down. How about 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches? He isn't messing around, and these last 2 batters have had no answer for what he's throwing up there.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Matt Caesar. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And a high strike there, 0-1.
Oh, man, he's got a chance to strike out the side on 9 pitches. 7 down, 2 to go.
The 0-1 delivery. This ball will be chopped foul. Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Decided to go with a fastball there on 0-2, but what he's trying to do with that pitch is to expand the strike zone. Maybe you get a guy to offer at it, but at the very least, it helps set up your off-speed stuff.
And here's a ball hit in the air. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're up 3-2. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jesus Aguilar. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Jesus Aguilar.
Here's the first pitch to him. And a neck-high fastball that time. A fastball that just misses inside.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at-bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
Too high, and it's 3-0.
Not the way you'd like to start this 5th inning, falling behind 3-0 on the count. It's about time he starts throwing some strikes.
That one's in there. 3-1. And this will be nowhere close as his control deserts him here. It's a 5-pitch walk.
Well, he loses him there, but that's just the first walk he's given up, along with a couple of hits, so his command has been pretty solid so far.
Digging in to try it again, Andrew Susac comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. The 0-1 delivery. Looks at a changeup right over the middle.
Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you can get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Jay. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Third baseman number 3, Orlando Arcia.
Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Here's a cold strike about thigh high. 0-1.
You know, Matt, he's having great success, but I can't say it's because of the first pitch strike. Now, that's over 60% of the time he's throwing that for a strike, but usually to have this kind of success, you would think the ratio would be much higher.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but you know what? He looked at the first 2 pitches, but they were different pitches, both down. Good pitchers' pitches. Sometimes you got to tip your cap.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. In the dirt, and now let's see. And they got him. Boy, his feet were stuck in the mud there. 2 runs on 2 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Skied into straightaway right. Hayward has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Brewers go down quietly. They trail 3-2. Settling in now, Mike Montgomery. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Mike Montgomery.
Into the windup and the pitch. A high fastball is in there. Lifted the other way to left center. Broxton's on the move. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
Catcher, Miguel Montero.
Digging in, Miguel Montero looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. Montero waits. Now the pitch. Starts things with a splitter outside for ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Right side. Perez has it. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone in the home 5th.
Now batting, center fielder, Sean Shea.
In now is John Jay. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
He hasn't used that pitch much this game. That's one he's been working on the bullpen, and now he's brought it into the game. If he's able to incorporate that in his stuff, look out.
The windup and the 0-1. 0-1 is a splitter that misses for the first ball. Swing and a liner, but this is a foul ball. And that misses 2-2.
There's that tight slider right there. Just missed getting under the hands. That's a good pitch. I like that pitch. But if you don't get it where you want it, it could be a dangerous pitch to throw.
And a good swing there as this is deep down the line in right, but this is going to wind up out of play. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. The 2-2 one more time. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I got to commend him for being a really tough out right now. Not everyone will battle like this with 2 outs and nobody on.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And he's just going to make him throw as many pitches as he can as he fouls another one away, and it's still folded 3-2.
That is the 4th foul ball of this AB right here. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Hard hit at third. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Great effort by the third baseman. Pitchers love it when guys sell out for you and get dirty.
The right fielder, number 22, Jason Hayward.
Now some movement out in the Milwaukee bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander have begun to stretch it out. Here's Jason Hayward now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. In the air now, out to left. Braun has a read on it, and that's the 3rd out. Both teams battling the elements thus far, but we've got a tight game through 5. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Domingo Santana will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.
Number 16, Domingo Santana.
Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. Rain continues to fall here in the 6th. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Now the pitch. Hard hit ball to second. There to play it is Zobrist. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Now batting, second baseman, Hernan Perez.
Ready for another chance? Hernan Perez. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch. Tapper right back to the mound. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Up next for Milwaukee, center fielder, Keon Broxton.
And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. First offering on its way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Now the pitch. And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie.
Now that's a good curveball. That's the old 12 to 6 from midnight to 6 a.m. and he's doing it all day.
Chop foul wide of first. Two out, nobody on. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Hey, that's a classic piece of pitching right there. You have to back hitters away from the plate to make them a little bit uncomfortable. Now you can go inside or outside. I like that purpose pitch.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
That ball's right in his wheelhouse. You may as well take out a tee, set the ball right there, and say hit it as hard as you can, because that's what he did.
Here's Ryan Braun now, as he'll take strike one on the inside corner. He's 1 for 2 in this one. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. A pitch out. The throw. And they still don't get him as he's in safely at second with a stolen base.
I'm not sure what else the defense could have done there. They pitched out and the throw was pretty good, but they still couldn't cut him down. You kind of just have to hope he gets a bad jump.
3-2's our score here in inning number 6. Hit hard but foul as that finds the stands over the Cub dugout. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Pretty standard curve in the dirt, looking for a strikeout there, but that was a good job of recognizing it and holding back at the plate.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second, and that's through into center field. Base hit. The throw home. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
2 out, 2 strikes, down to the last strike of the inning, and he's able to hang in there and drive the ball for a base hit. Good job of battling right there.
Oh, and they've got him picked off. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. 2 hits lead to a run here for Milwaukee. Heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 coming up, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Jimmy Nelson will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Jimmy Nelson.
Riding in once again, Chris Bryant. He'll get it started against Jimmy Nelson as we get the inning underway. In there, 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Tried to pull that one back, but he couldn't do it, and it's 0-2 now. And the pitch. inside as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
First baseman number 44.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. His batter-pitcher matchup numbers against Jimmy Nelson. He's got 5 base hits in 28 tries. He's taken him deep once. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
Right here, he's looking to get himself into a good hitter's count so he can take a rip and maybe give his team the lead. He certainly has the power.
The 1-0 delivery. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Hey, pitching isn't always about getting everyone out. Sometimes it's about being smart and knowing when to pick your battles. He's been really careful with this hitter so far, and rightfully so.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Rizzo out in front here as this is pulled foul into the seats in right. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Takes a look at a sinker that stayed up high, but good for strike 2. And here's a good sinker now, but it misses. 3-2.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats.
Full count. Here it comes. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Digging in once again, Javier Baez. He struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here. First pitch coming. Here it is. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. Comes set with the 0-1. And a good job to lay off the fastball there. Close, but it's 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
The 2-1 on its way. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
In a double play situation, that's the location you want a guy to swing at. More than likely, he's going to beat it into the ground.
Set to deal on 2-2. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see that ball as a hitter. Do you think you can drive it? But it's
meanwhile now, this is a drive out the straightaway right field, and it's going to get out of here. A home run. So it's a 2-run home run off the bat of Ben Zobrist. Number 148 for his career, and it's now 5-3.
Well, he clearly didn't miss that pitch. He's so strong. If you look at the extension on that ball, he just really muscled that ball to the ballpark when it comes down to it.
Up next for the Cubs.
Standing in now, Matt Caesar. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. And a close play at first, but he's called out and the side is retired. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. 4, 5, and 6 coming up to start the 7th. It's now 5-3 Chicago. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. There's Joe Maddon up out of the dugout now on his way to home plate, so it looks as though he's going to call for the double switch here. Justin Grimm is in out of the bullpen now as he'll be inserted into the number 6 spot following the double switch.
Number 52.
Addison Russell is also into the ball game as he'll hit in the number 8 spot here.
Number 27.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jonathan Villar. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. Hot shot down the line, but a foul ball here. 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Bryant will back up and put this one away just past the dugout for the first out.
The right fielder, number 10, Kirk Neuenheim.
Ready once again, Kirk Neuenheim. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Now the pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Now a pitch swung on and hit to the left side, but this is going to find the seats, a foul ball. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will, just to the right of the chalk, a fair ball. And he'll pull into second with 1 away.
That's what you call a clutch piece of hitting. Down 2 runs, he puts himself in scoring position and brings the tying run to the plate. We'll see what they do with the base open here. This one's getting interesting.
Into the box now, Jesus Aguilar. So weighed out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. It was a walk in his last trip. Now the 0-1. And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now.
I love the pitch sequence. He shows him a pitch in the zone, then he throws him a slider out of the zone. He's owning him right now.
Here it comes, 0-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2.
This is what a power pitcher will do to you if he executes his pitches. That was a 3-pitch strikeout, and with the kind of stuff that he has, it's not uncommon for him to absolutely dominate certain guys.
Ready for another shot now, Andrew Susac. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Breaking ball just misses the inside corner.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, watching him on the mound right now, I think he's just having trouble throwing strikes to this guy. Up only 2 runs. I don't think he's working around him.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
And he can't connect with the 3-1 curveball, so that'll run it full.
You know he wants to end this inning right here on 3-2, but I don't think we'll see him lay one in on the next pitch there with a base open to work with.
And that misses. Ball 4, so it's first and second now with 2 out.
Well, that was a slider in a 3-2 count, and it just didn't tempt him enough to get a good swing. A good job of pitch recognition and knowing the strike zone to draw the free pass there.
Koji Uehara will get the ball here as he looks to get the final out in the top of the 7th.
Uehara.
Orlando Arcia will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 2 away. First pitch coming. Here it is. On the ground toward the hole, and it's through. A base hit. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. But not in time as the run scores, and the lead is trimmed to 1.
Well, I love it when guys are aggressive with the runner in scoring position. First pitch, he jumps all over to drive in the run.
Jimmy Nelson.
Scooter Gennett will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 2, Scooter Gennett.
A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Looking to minimize the damage here. And this is fouled back and out of play. One and one. Here it comes. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed. Big spot. 2 out. Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. In the dirt, but swung on and missed. Montero gathers, and that ends the inning. 2 hits lead to a run here for Milwaukee. Get out the microphone. Stretch time here at Wrigley. The Cubs lead this one 5-4. Carlos Torres gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Carlos Torres.
Stepping into the box, Addison Russell. He's newly entered into the ballgame, so this will be his first trip to the plate here in inning number 7. And a strike called at the letters. Look high to me, but it's 0-1. Now here's the pitch. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2. And he misses there, 1-2.
I really like watching righties throw that cutter in on lefties' hands like that. This one was down 2, and if he hits it, there's a pretty good chance he's going to pound it into the ground. Maybe even give himself a shin burger.
Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Low for ball 1. One out, nobody on. And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
He may be down 2-0 after those first 2 pitches in this AB, but those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They did miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
Over the outside half, and it's 2-1. And the pitch on 2-1. Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And it's a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
In now is John Jay. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Hit hard up the middle. And Jay's on base. He's got a base hit. Bottom of the 7th inning. He'll go at least 1 plate appearance deeper after the 2-out hit.
Well, he hit that ball hard. He's been seeing the ball great. That right there now makes him 3 for 4 in the evening. Really swinging the bat.
Jason Hayward will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. A runner on first with 2 away. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1. On the ground to third. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. 8th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 5 and the Brewers 4. Hector Rondon has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Hector Rondon.
Digging in to try it again. Hernan Perez. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. On to the 8th now as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1. Here it comes. 2-0.
Well, he's got himself in a good count right now. Down 1. He's probably looking for something to drive out of the ballpark, maybe tie this game up.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And this is fouled at the plate. And that's in there above the belt, so it's even now, 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Jay has a read on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
8th inning now from Wrigley. Cubs lead in front of their home faithful as you get a look at the line score to see how we got to this point. In now, Keon Broxton. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring. Into the windup and the pitch. A slider that just grabs the outside corner.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
1 out, nobody on. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. And a big sigh of relief on the mound as that nearly tied it, but this ball is foul.
Oh, I know he'd like to see that pitch again. Just out in front of it. Just wasn't able to keep it fair, but he saw it pretty good.
And this is swung on and missed. 2 are quickly retired to start inning number 8. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Here's Ryan Braun now, as he sends it on the ground to first, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Gone in order are the Brewers. Still down a run. It's 5-4. Ryan Webb enters the game from the pen, and because this is a non-save situation, it's evident that they're just trying to get him some work after having not thrown in several days.
Yeah, and this is all about just getting him some work, guys. He hasn't a chance to come in and close the game out for several days now, so they're just hoping they can keep him sharp and give him the chance to pitch in a real game situation here.
Chris Bryant is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning. 1-0.
Boy, I like the pitch idea. It looked like he tried to get him to chase right there, make him think that ball's over the plate and it runs away, but he laid off it. I don't know how, but he did.
And he misses again. 2-0.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
And he swings right through it there. 2-1. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Grounded down the third baseline. Garcia has it. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other. 1 away.
First baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far. Action now in the Milwaukee bullpen as they'll have a right-hander loosen up. Here comes the first pitch. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
The batter number 9, shortstop Javier Baez.
Here's Javier Baez. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A slider that he looks at over the outside corner. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Cubs are down in order. They hold on to a 5-4 lead. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Wade Davis takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
And batting in the 4th spot, number 71, Wade Davis. Now playing first base and batting in the 6th spot, number 2.
Digging in the switch hitter,
Stella.
Jonathan Villar. He'll be the one to lead off against Wade Davis, who will look to try to save this one here.
Shortstop, Jonathan Villar.
9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. One 0 count. Here it is. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. And a big sigh of relief on the mound as that nearly tied it, but this ball is foul.
Oh, that looked like a pretty good pitch to hit. It's a little bit late, so he might have been just fooled just a tad bit, just enough not to square it up.
A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's one away.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
Stepping in now, Kirk Neuenhuis. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2.
Not the ideal spot to be right here. 2-0 count on a real good hitter. Boy, you're going to have to make some really good pitches now.
The pitch. Swing and a miss on the heater, and it's 2-1. And the pitch on 2-1. And this is going to be a foul ball. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he'll stay alive here, but just barely as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Well, you have to feel pretty confident about the way this one's going to end up as a manager. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts from the closer. There's not a whole lot more he can do to instill confidence that he's going to wrap this thing up without any problem.
In now, Jesus Aguilar, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Ball 1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And that's swung on and missed, so the Brewers are down to their final strike now.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? 41,118 on their feet here at Wrigley.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. 2 out, nobody on. And he holds up on this one, but it's a cold strike 3. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
A 1-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. Mike Montgomery takes the win on the mound, his 2nd of the year. Wade Davis records the save, his 6th. So that just about does it for Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. For the Brewers, 10. No errors. They left 2 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 12 minutes. Our paid attendance at Wrigley Field this afternoon, 45,936. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.